Hello and welcome to part 1 of the online tutorial series that's been designed to help you make an application to the Rocket Grants program. In this first section, I'll give you information about the program and describe who's eligible to apply. Part 2 will explain the kinds of projects we're seeking to fund. In parts 3 and 4, I'll show you some examples of work that were previously selected for this opportunity, and parts 5 and 6 will take you through the application process and the preparation of a budget. Rocket Grants are funded by the Andy Warhol Foundation for the Visual Arts as a part of its regional re-granting program. The overall re-granting program reflects a desire to help grow strong and vibrant arts communities across the entire United States. Kansas City is fortunate to be one of 4 regions in the nation to have implemented a program as a result of receiving this funding. This award reflects the large number of working artists in our area, as well as the high quality of our arts programming. Rocket Grants are intended to stimulate innovative and experimental art practices and projects with a strong visual component across a diverse community. In order to reach out both culturally and geographically throughout our region, the Charlotte Street Foundation in Kansas City, Missouri, and the Spencer Museum of Art in Lawrence, Kansas, have teamed up to implement this program. Rocket Grants are just a single aspect of the many different activities that the 2 local partners undertake to support the visual and performing arts in our region. The Charlotte Street Foundation is the umbrella organization that hosts many different programs, either alone or in partnership with other institutions. These include the Urban Culture Project's exhibition and performance opportunities, and its residency program for visual and performing artists, the Artists Inc. Professional Development Program, the Art Through Architecture program that commissions works by visual artists, and the annual Charlotte Street Cash Awards to both visual and generative performing artists. The Foundation also engages in all kinds of activities to stimulate, sustain, and promote the careers of Kansas City artists throughout the nation. Similarly, the Spencer Museum of Art has developed diverse programming and partnerships that connected to both the local and regional community and the world. The International Artist in Residence program brings in contemporary artists from around the globe to create new works, give lectures, and lead workshops for emerging artists. And the Commons at Spooner Hall joins the museum with KU's Biodiversity Institute and the Humanities Center to foster unconventional thinking and interdisciplinary inquiry. The museum provides programming for kids and teens, integrates with academic programs at KU, and has a regular spot on Kansas Public Radio. It also has an amazing program that allows you to personally review works on paper from a truly fine collection of 10,000 works, and the Spencer Museum of Art owns an island in Second Life. Applications for Rocket Grants are made using a free online call for entry system and cannot be submitted by any other means. I'll talk more about the application process in Tutorial 5, but as you can see here, you'll be able to register at callforentry.org or Cafe, upload your images and other work samples, fill out your application, and then upload your budget. The Cafe site has a lot of helpful information about how to format your digital images specifically for this opportunity, including tips and tutorials. The Rocket Grants application allows for up to 2 forms of work samples, but artists applying in all media are required to submit digital images as one of these because there's an emphasis on strong visual presentation for this grant. Our application only requires from 5 to 10 images, but you can upload up to 100 images on Cafe and use this site to apply for multiple opportunities. You can also upload digital audio and video samples directly to the Cafe site, but we prefer you to upload your time-based media to your own website or a file upload and formatting site such as Vimeo or SoundCloud, and then use the URL link in your application. You'll also be able to upload samples of written work and links to web-based work as part of your application. If you have questions that develop as you're filling out your application, the first place to check would be the Rocket blog at rocketgrants.org. If you look in the About section of the blog, you'll find a complete application guide that you can download. This guide contains a full description of all the information you'll need to fill out the application, as well as word limits, timelines, funding priorities, and so on. Everything covered in these tutorials is also in the application guide. On the blog, you'll also find a list of frequently asked questions, or FAQs, that'll provide additional clarification, and a calendar showing outreach and technical help sessions in your area. You'll be able to make a personal appointment at one of these sessions if you feel that you need to ask specific questions about your project. All of the application materials can also be downloaded at both the Charlotte Street and Spencer Museum websites. So here are some of the basic facts about Rocket Grants. Funding will be awarded on a per-project basis for up to $4,000. Because we have a total of $40,000 available in this cycle, that means there'll be around 10 projects that'll receive awards. You'll need to justify the amount you're asking for in your budget, and any award you receive will reflect those needs. The application deadline is April the 1st at midnight. Funds are handed out in June, and recipients have a calendar year to complete their project. Because this is a regional grant, all lead or key artists and a majority of additional participants need to be resident within an 80-mile radius of Kansas City at the time of application, and obviously we anticipate that you'll remain resident throughout the period of the award. This map shows the catchment area for Rocket Grants, and you can find a copy of it on the Rocket blog. You'll see that it reaches out past Topeka, Sedalia, and St. Joseph, and this grant actually encourages projects that will build bridges regionally amongst artists and audiences. In addition to welcoming applications from individual artists, you'll see that there are a large number of collaborative, collective, or partnership possibilities for applying as a group. One of the primary goals of these grants is to support the arts community and to help establish structures and venues that will encourage it to grow further. We therefore support artist-run spaces and curatorial and publication projects that involve significant collaborations with artists from within the eligible geographic area. Successful applications of this kind will be original and should substantially contribute to the region's art and cultural discourse. There are some restrictions on who can apply for a Rocket Grant. No applicant, whether an individual or a member of a group, can be a full-time or a recent undergraduate student or under 21 at the time of their application. Also, artists can't be awarded Rocket Grants for 2 years in a row. Importantly, this grant is specifically not available to non-profit organizations, as this is a condition connected to our own funding. However, awarded projects may receive additional financial assistance or in-kind donations from non-profit groups, as long as the project is not providing regular programming for the organization. All the conditions of eligibility apply for the entire period of the application and the award, which means the period from the application deadline until the completion of work deadline the following year. Please check the application guide for specific dates and a copy of these eligibility requirements. This concludes Part 1. Part 2 will cover the kinds of projects that Rocket Grants will fund.